In this next session, you're going to be learning from Dr. Peter Whorwell. Hi, I'm Shivan Sarna, and I'm here with Dr. Allison Siebecker, world-renowned SIBO specialist. And we're in the next steps for treating tough SIBO Masterclass Summit. The next presentation, I promise you, is going to blow your mind. It is evidence that hypnotherapy, that's right, I said it, hypnotherapy helps IBS patients. Dr. Whorwell has proven it. And I can't wait to hear the story about how you found out about him, Dr. Siebecker.
Oh, he has been a hero of mine for a very long time because he is one of a handful of researchers around the world that focuses on bloating, actually. He does research into bloating. That is not easy to come by. So I've been following his work for years. And the background is he had come out with an article a couple of years ago that I was enamored with. And I wanted to hear more. And so I actually wrote to him and asked if he would be willing to go on Dr. Michael Ruscio's podcast. Dr. Ruscio is a friend and colleague of mine. And I wanted to hear him interviewed about his work on bloating in this article. Well, he goes on the podcast. He says yes, very humbly, by the way. He's such a sweet, dear man. He goes on the podcast and I listened to it. Yes, he talks about the article, but then he goes on to talk all about how he uses hypnotherapy. And I was just so surprised and blown away. And he has done a lot of research on it. And so I knew I wanted to have him speak about. That's basically how I learned that he uses evidence-based hypnotherapy for IBS. So I wanted to have him talking to all of us about it.
76% of patients achieved a 50-point or more reduction in our IBS symptom severity score. This is a score we developed some time ago now and is universally used in the IBS world. And a 50-point reduction or more is regarded as useful to have. If you break them down, females do a bit better than males, 80% versus 60%. And the FDA in the USA have their own outcome measure of 30% or more reduction in pain. And if you use that one, then we get a 67% improvement. And other groups have confirmed our results. But unfortunately, a lot of these studies get criticized because they say, well, they're not double-blind. But you can't do a double-blind trial in a behavioral treatment. So I think it's a bit silly how people say, well, you can't believe these trials because they're not double-blind. But they all show roughly the same thing, sometimes not quite as good outcomes as we get, and some just as good. Now, there's no point in getting these people improved if they don't stay improved. So we've looked at that. Here's the same data that you keep seeing before and after, and then 1 year, 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 years, and over 5 years. So they're staying better